Thank you very much, Mr. Pitroda, for joining us on CNN News 18. I'm going to
Thank you.
focus on two big questions. First, let me just start with what you want your campaign to be all about by EVM machines. Now, the issue over here is that when you win elections, you don't find anything wrong with EVMs, or is it when you lose elections, is EVM wrong? And now you're raising a question mark over the VVPAT machines as well, papers as well.
No, I think it is not about winning or losing. It is about the Citizen Commission's report that has just come out after a lot of work. This commission was headed by Justice Lokur. It has raised some important issues which are of concern. And I'm commenting on that report. If that report had not come out, situation would be very different. That report is backed by so many professionals. So I studied the report carefully. I spoke to a lot of experts at IIT, in US, the security experts. After spending a lot of time, I decided that it is time to speak up. So the conversation is about just that report. Take that report, which has been signed by 6,500 or 7,000 people, and that report deserves national attention. It raises some important issues which has been bothering people like me, but they have done an excellent job of putting it together. And basically, they are requesting Election Commission to respond. Election Commission has not responded. Courts have not responded. So I felt it is important to give them added voice. And that's why I'm speaking. It had nothing to do with what happened in the election. Okay. I would request you and others to really read that report carefully.
But Mr. Pitroda, the VVPAT slips was something which was an idea for many within the Congress party itself. So to question even that now, not many would want to agree with you on that or even buy your arguments and theories.
Again, it had nothing to do with Congress party or who introduced VVPAT and who introduced EVM. We are not going into history. We are just taking this report, which is an independent report by professionals, and we are looking at the state of election today. There is a lot of mistrust. There is a trust deficit. If we want free and fair election, can we bridge that trust deficit? That's all. Forget about what is right, what is wrong. All we are saying, according to this report, please change printers so that receipt is readable for 5 years and not for 5 or 6 days. Thermal printer does not give me assurance that my receipt can be read after a few days. That's one. Two, as soon as you put VVPAT, EVM is no longer a standalone machine because now we are programming it with something. Who is programming it? Who brings that dongle? Who is connecting it? Who prepares that dongle? Raises a lot of questions. So give me a paper receipt that one can read, and then let me put it in a box which is not electronically connected. That's all. Today, the paper receipt, you are showing it to me for 7 seconds. And then you're putting it in an electronic box. Okay. I have no control. So please bridge that trust deficit. That's all. Election Commission should agree and we move on. Election Commission does not agree, and that raises more questions.
But Mr. Pitroda, they have been, for example, the Election Commission had done those kind of workshops where they had invited all political parties to come in. Not many responded. They concluded that there was no question of any hacking. And I'm going to talk in the backdrop of elections which just concluded, where the Congress won in Telangana. So you have no problems with the EVM machines there?
No, I'm not saying that. Please, don't connect with who won and who lost.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with who won and who lost. Okay. It has to do with building trust. I am giving you my vote. I'm not sure whether my vote is counted properly or not. Give me assurance, Election Commission. That's your job. So hand over the receipt to me in my hand. And then I will put that receipt in a dabba, which is not electronically connected. And then you count that. And if you want to count electronic dabba also, you count that too. And there has to be a match. If there is no match, there is a problem. You can't tell me it takes 3 more days, so I won't do it. So it takes 3 more days. It may take 5 more days. It's okay. Let's do that. That's all.
So have you written to the Election Commission, or does the Congress plan to write to the
No.
Election Commission?
Citizens Commission has a report. Again, why are we politicizing it? Citizens Commission has written a report, submitted with 7,000 signatures. And these are all interesting people. There are 250 IAS officers who have signed that document. Okay.
Okay.
So the debate
Fair.
today has been sort of hijacked on some political issues, which is what happens in India on every issue. As opposed to saying, look, this is about Citizens Commission. I have hardly heard anything on media about Citizens Commission report until I started speaking. There was no conversation on Citizens Commission's report, which has been out for a while. Nobody even reviewed it. Okay. If it was Congress Commission report, people will read it. If it was BJP Commission report, people will read it.
Mr. Pitroda, now I'm going to talk on another topic, and you are very much in the news over here. And that is because of your comments on the Ram Mandir issue. We know that everyone is looking at 22nd January as the big day. Interestingly, many within the Congress party, like Mr. Shashi Tharoor, seem to be agreeing with you. Mamata Banerjee is likely to skip it. The left certainly has skipped it. You still stick to your stance that a Ram Mandir should not be made a political issue, and it has been made a political issue?
All I'm saying is religion is a personal issue to me, to Sam Pitroda. I'm not a very religious person. My wife is very religious. She has her temple in the house. She prays every day for 2 hours. That's her privilege. Religion is something we should respect, allow people to practice their own religion. But to me, more important thing is humanity. To me, more important thing is freedom. I do not want to ask you what your religion is. I don't care. To me, you are human being first, then you are Indian national, then what language you speak, what religion you practice is okay. India is for everybody. It is in our constitution. You got to respect all religion. If you want to celebrate, more power to you. I have no issue with it. But do not politicize religion. But today's system is very different. Politics is all about religion today. I don't subscribe to that. I was born in British Raj. I grew up as Gandhian in a Gujarati family. I lived in a small little tribal village. There was Muslim next door, Jain next door, Oriya next door, and Sardarji next door. We all lived together. We all ate each other's food whenever, kids were together. No one ever talked about the fact that you are Muslim or you are Sikh or you are Jain. When I see the situation today, after 80 years, it bothers me. That's all. I'm talking as Sam Pitroda.
But Mr. Pitroda, when you say that religion should not be politicized, you think the religion has now become politicized, or the Ram Mandir issue has become politicized? Because Mr. Pitroda, it's also about Astha. It's an Astha about millions of Indians who are looking forward to 22nd January.
That's fine. It's okay. Good. You should look forward to it. You should celebrate. I'm not saying that. What's the problem? My wife would celebrate. Perfectly acceptable. She's all happy. What's the problem? Okay.
So when you say it's being politicized now, what is it that you're talking about the Ram Mandir being politicized?
All I'm saying is now religion has taken a front stage in Indian politics. It's all about Hindutva. It's less about Manavta and more about Hindutva.
And
To
why would
me,
that be wrong? Why would
nothing
that
wrong.
be wrong?
I'm saying nothing wrong.
Hmm.
I'm not saying there is anything wrong. All I'm saying is, as a nation, we need to pay more attention to Manavta. We need to pay more attention to respecting every religion. Look what is going on in Gaza. It is a conflict came out of a national state which believes in one religion. That is not the kind of India I grew up with. India I grew up with was very different. Okay.
But
Today,
Mr.
yeah, go ahead, please.
No,
Go.
you want to complete your point.
No. I almost
Mr.
lost.
Pitroda, would you agree with the left and would you agree with Mamata Banerjee when they say that politics is being mixed up with religion in the case of Ram Mandir and therefore we are not going to be attending the 22nd January? Would you then advise the Congress party to do the same?
I do
And
not advise anybody, and I do not comment on what Mamata Banerjee wants to say or what left want to say. That is their privilege. I'm talking about Sam Pitroda. I don't even advise my wife on religion. Okay. So who am I to advise Congress party on religion?
But you would support the Congress party if it decides to boycott it, right?
That's
Would you
Congress
think
party's
that's the right
privilege.
thing to do? Would you say that's the
That is
right thing
that
to
is
do?
party that is party's privilege. Whatever party does, I will support it.
But Rahul Gandhi, whenever he travels abroad, and you've been a part of that organization and organizing those events, he's always made a distinction between Hindu and Hindutva. And during elections, he would go to temples. He talks about the fact he's a Janayodhari Brahmin, he's a Shiv Bhakt. Wasn't that politicization of religion and religion being brought into politics as well?
That is Rahul Gandhi's privilege. Okay. Rahul Gandhi knows, based on my conversation with him, a lot about religion than I do. I have very little understanding of the history of Shiva and this and that. And, if you ask me all the characters in Mahabharata and Ramayana, I won't be able to tell you. So I respect that. Okay. That's his privilege. Again, going back to religion is a very personal thing.
But that's what the BJP will say, that it's a personal thing. And therefore, we want to believe in the Ram Mandir. We want to talk about religion.
Fine, but don't politicize it. Don't bring on a national agenda.
How are they politicizing it? I'm not able to explain it to our viewers.
You know it because every conversation is about religion. You know it. I don't have to tell you that.
So you think the Ram Mandir issue is being politicized?
All I'm saying is religion is a personal issue. Let us not mix it up. Real issues are developmental issue today. Today, the nation needs to worry about free and fair election. Today, nation needs to worry about unemployment, inflation, education, health, infrastructure. Look at the environment in Delhi. I get reports on a regular basis that it's difficult to breathe. Those are important issues today, developmental issues. Religion has been with us for thousands of years. It's going to be with us for another thousands of years. So what's the issue?
So, Mr. Pitroda, as someone who's connected to India, do you feel sad? Is that what you're saying? You would rather your government over here concentrate on what you call development issues than on, say, Ram Mandir?
I would personally say government's job is more on delivering development to everyone equally. Government's job is to respect every citizen and not divide, saying these are Hindus and these are Muslims and these are Dalits and these are, Christians. That's my concern right now.
But when you talk about Dalits, Congress party and Rahul Gandhi are talking about the caste census. Isn't that also not dividing people on
But
caste
you need
lines?
that. You need census in any country. You need to know.
Hmm.
That's not dividing. That's saying, look, I'm son of a carpenter. I'm proud of it. I have no issue with it. I'm OBC. I don't care. I'm very proud of it. What's the issue? Okay.
Mr. Pitroda, before I let you go, I want to ask you two quick questions. One, when you talk about religion and politics should not be mixed and what is happening now, the accusation which the BJP has often made against the Congress party was of minority appeasement. For example, when you used to hold iftar parties, the Prime Minister used to do, the then Prime Minister, Mrs. Gandhi would do. Wasn't that also bringing religion into politics?
Look, it depends on how you look at it. Okay. Going to celebrate Diwali or Iftar is a little bit of a social event. Okay. It depends on how you look at it. It's okay. Nothing is black and white. Everything is shade of gray. Everything. There is no black and white answer. Okay. So you have to accept that. And we draw our own lines. Not that I'm right and you are wrong, or not that you are right and I'm wrong. We have our own lines that we draw. And we got to respect that.
Mr. Pitroda, I don't know if you've noticed it, but your comments on Ram Mandir have actually brought in a lot of controversy and a bit of a problem for the Congress party, especially in an election season. And you have been the Congress's
But what is the
controversial.
comment? What is the comment? I don't understand. What is the comment? Explain to me what is the comment.
When you say development should matter more than, say, a Ram Mandir.
I mean, that's a general
It
comment.
can't be either or. It cannot be either or. What your critics are saying, BJP is saying is, why can't it be both? And you're saying this in an
So
election
you have
year,
both.
which
So you have both. I'm saying I would not have both right now. I would have priority number one, priority number two. You can have it. I'm not saying, don't do it. You do it anyway. So why are you complicating life?
So, Mr. Pitroda, would you say your Congress party is a little embarrassed by this comment and your previous comments? I
Even
remember
know what you're
on, say,
talking
the
about.
1984
I
Sikh
don't even
riots,
know.
on the Balakot strikes.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay.
Hmm.
And I really don't want to get involved in it. You can do whatever you can do with what I said. You can twist it any way you want. It has happened in the past. It happened when I talked about Balakot. It was completely twisted. It happened in Punjab when I said hua to hua. It was completely twisted.
But
Okay.
your party pulled you up on that. Rahul Gandhi
That's
said it
okay. That's all
publicly.
right. That's okay. But that's all right. It didn't bother me because I was right.
Okay, so you
It didn't
stand by
bother
your
me.
1984 comments as well as Balakot and Ram Mandir?
No, the 1984 comment was completely out of, question. It was nothing to do with what I said.
Okay.
Okay, so don't bring that back again because it has nothing to do with anything. Okay.
All right.
Today we are
All right.
talking about EVM. Today we are clearly talking only about Citizens Commission report on EVM. In the process, I made a comment that religion is a personal issue, which I stand by. You can do whatever you want to do. That's your personal issue. Okay. I gave an example of my wife.
Okay.
Don't twist it, confuse it, create conflict, which is okay. That's your privilege. I can't stop you from doing that. But I have to be clear on what I'm saying.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you very much, Mr. Pitroda, for talking to CNN News 18. Thank you very, very much.